I'm going to just show you the different engine plates here so you can familiarize yourself with them, so that when you go to put a motor in the Jeep you might be able to see if you have the right one. The MBs and early 2As, the engine plate had a round hole for the camshaft in the front, and both of the ears bent back. Into the 2As with the regular gear-to-gear motor that would be on the 2As up until the real late 2As. That was the same thing, that both ears where the motor mounts bolted on. Here's like where the motor mounts went in. They faced the back, and then the camshaft hole was oblonged because it had a different thrust plate and stuff to hold the camshaft in than the earlier timing chain cams. And then when you got into the like really late 2As and then the 3As and 3Bs and CJ5s, they had another engine plate again, because now on the side of the engine plate where the fuel pump was, they made this ear bend to the front so they had more room behind the engine plate for a fuel pump with a vacuum booster. You got into the old two-wheel drive station wagons and Jeepsters, they had a different engine plate again. They were used on the frames that had the planar suspension with a transverse front cross member, and these were the smallest of the plates. Both of the ears bent back on these, or I mean both of the ears bent front on these, and had the all-long hole. And then on the 4-cylinder Willys wagons and trucks, 4-wheel drive and actually 2-wheel drive pickup trucks, not the 2-wheel drive early station wagons, they had a different engine plate again, and it was probably the biggest engine plate that was used because the spread of the frame in the front was wider. And one of the things that was on these, both ears bent back, and on the passenger side there was a bracket, which a lot of people don't know, that was bolted on the engine plate here with this stud, and then the motor mount sat over on the frame upside down. I should have maybe bolted this together, but it would have been on like this on the passenger side. A lot of people don't realize that you can find these plates, but these little brackets to make the motor mount go upside down are a little tougher to find, because people seem to take them off and throw them away or lose them. So that's a different plate again. And so there are at least about 5 different plates on these things, so when you get a motor off of something else and it wasn't in your Jeep, just make sure you want to check that before you go waste the time putting it in, because maybe you want to take the front of the engine apart and change the motor mount plate and take the one off your old motor, so that when you put the thing in, the motor mounts will bolt fast to the brackets on the frame without messing around with it.